Russell, we spoke at the summit a year ago about the two of the biggest challenges facing the service department sector, which were investor awareness and understanding and consumer awareness. How do you think things have changed in the intervening 12 months, and what do you think the sector could be doing better to improve things further still?
I think we're making changes, but change is gradual. I don't expect quantum leaps, and therefore you won't suddenly notice that there has been such a substantial change in a period of 12 months. So let's not get too worried that things take time. But what we've seen is an increasing number of operators realizing the value of making sure that their data are accessible, their operating data, not accessible to the public, but in a sense of providing it to the benchmarking companies so that when investors or potential investors want to know about the sector, there's an increasing amount of data available on performance. I think we've got some way to go before yield information is more accessible, and we did a survey recently to coincide with this conference today, and we certainly found that the investors out there are yearning for a lot more information on deals, on prices paid, on transaction values, and on yields and so forth. And I think before that comes into the public domain, we're going to have to wait for that. But I think that the sector must realize that without that information, continuing investment is going to be slower. So if they want to accelerate the pace of investment, they are in charge, first of providing their operational data to the benchmarking companies, and second, to make their profitability more widely known to those who need to know it in order to get a better appreciation of performance in the sector. And then we have the consumer. Consumers are wonderful. The consumers are really influenced by the power of advertising and the power that the internet drives to their screens, whether it's their mobile screens or their computer screens. And what we've learned in the last year is just how powerful the online travel agency community is and how powerful sites like Airbnb are. And when you see the amount of marketing that is done by those companies, and then you compare those with the amount of marketing that's done by operators of service departments or even the hotel sector, you add up all of those and it comes to that much. And then when you compare it with where the booking engines, the OTAs and the Airbnbs, and that's way up here, they're never going to compete. So let's realize that that's where the consumer is going to notice the sector. So we have to be able to make sure that the online travel community, the Airbnbs and so forth of this world understand what we're talking about, and then gradually the consumer will pick up on it.